Here there was once a well-known person, and this person was called Adolf Hitler, and he had some speeches on that balcony there. But in reality, all of this building refers to a huge library, and it's possible to have some parts to go inside to have a sightseeing, but also just see how wonderful it is with these statues. And then on the top there is a flag of Austria. This is what this is referring the perhaps it is a national library of Austria or Vienna. Firstly, secondly, turning around, we see two museums. The National Museum of Science, and then the other one it's more about culture of different countries, lands. And this there. This is the first one, and this is the second one. And here we see a statue of surely Napoleon Bonaparte, because Napoleon Bonaparte was also here in this city once, and due to the fact that he was here, he had some troubles to conquer this city. It's like something a statue to remember Napoleon Bonaparte, and also Napoleon Bonaparte was in other parts of the city, like in Aspern, and in Aspern it's a 22nd district. There is a statue of a lion, and in this statue of a lion represents um, it might be a lion of the time when there were Austrian soldiers um, having a battle against French soldiers. And there is, for these Austrian soldiers, there is statue of a lion. Why of a lion? It's interesting to understand how it's possible. So yes, what we are able to see also here, we are able to see wonderful parks with white gardens, and the parliament was because there is construction, there is construction or rebuilding of some parts of the parliament. So the parliament, the Austrian parliament, has moved from the place behind these blocks, behind these black uh, boxes, so to say, is behind. So there is this white one, and we see these black ones, this here, and these black ones refer to the new part of the parliament, so to say. And there is this wonderful statue of Napoleon Bonaparte, as we are able to see. Once it was mostly a thought, or there was the feeling to build statues very big, right? And therefore these statues are something like 2 or 3 meters high. From far away from this point, one would think, for example, that it's a small statue, but in reality, when one approaches, it's really a big statue, like every statue that refer to remember someone. So, which is this museums here, the National Library, and going in this direction, in this other direction, we see a gate, and through this gate, it's possible to arrive to the first district. As one goes in other directions, for instance, that one in this way, one sees some really important infrastructures that also have to do a lot with the culture of or the style how they are built, has something to do with the ancient Greek Roman time because of all the sculptures and columns and how there are the incisions inside the buildings. Alright. And then there is a Minoritenplatz where it's really the heart of the Republic of Austria. Hopefully it was an interesting video about what is going on, how the weather is. There is a wonderful weather also. And this is also both a museum and a library. So it's used for both sides. Alright. As already mentioned before there is this gate, and going through this gate one arrives to the Stephansdom, and it's the center of the whole city, of a city of approximately 2 million people. Sometimes it is said through according to parts of some journals that there are so 1.8 million people, and some journals say there are some that the city is really being bigger with time. So it's the city approaches really fast the number of 2 million inhabitants, residents, one could say. There are also people arriving from the surroundings of the city in order to work, and this makes possible that with the help of some trains or some other transportation items, it's possible that even during a day in the whole city there are a lot of people, really a lot, as far as the whole city is concerned. And as one walks here, it looks really like a medieval center, something from 200 or to from 200 to 300 years ago. And right, the biggest source is covered by the cloud. Nevertheless, it's an amazing weather to walk, have a walk, to have some fresh air, to walk, and to maybe sometimes to study and to write. Wishing everyone to have wonderful time or wonderful walkings in beautiful cities. Beautiful, but it's also important to learn every time something new than one already knows. And on this side there is a Minoritenplatz, and we might go to the other part where there are some roses. So thank you for the attention, and with the hope this was an interesting film clip about what is going on here. There are a lot of different demonstrations every time, approximately one might say every day, something like this. And these gates are really similar to that ones from to those ones from Berliner Tor. Yes, and every time there is something written in Latin, because Latin one time was spoken all over Europe, so this remains for eternity, one could say. So another look around. So wonderful. We're going to the gardens, and this is also a wonderful place. Thank you for the attention.